Welcome, Janine. Welcome, Jeff Walter. Welcome, MK and KarenHelpMe.com. And Dion's note taker, too.
Good morning. Good morning. It is Wednesday, August 27th, and this is Frank, and I will be your host. We have a guest speaker on this morning, Dion Garnett, and Dion is our resident expert on franchises and more. So, um, without any further ado, we're going to go to Richard, who is going to be our co host, and Dion, who is going to be our guest speaker. And take it away, guys.
All right. Hopefully you can see the first slide on our presentation.
We do.
And, and we're going to be talking about alignable. You've heard Dion mention this several times. I'm super excited about this presentation because alignable just strikes me as just the greatest thing since sliced bread. Uh, Most of us who've spent any time in a business career over, shall we say, a few decades, uh, getting your networking skills up and running and making sure that you're staying in touch with people has always been a great challenge. But it's brings the best of just about any system that I've ever heard about. So mark your calendars because the August 27th meeting is one you're going to want to play again and again from time to time, just to remind yourself just how powerful this program can be. And right off the top, the first big item is that it's free. It's a free networking program for small business owners. And as you see, as we get through this, it is tremendously successful and getting an awful lot of people involved in it and excited about it. So we're on the right path. It's focused on local communities and business to business connections. It's not one that just kind of focuses on, the entire country or the world or anything else. This is for local communities and business to business connections within arm's length. It combines social media, local business directory, and a referral system. Dion, you wanted to add anything to that?
I mean, it has the same feel as any other social media, kind of like link I would say closest to LinkedIn, because it's pretty much businesses that are on there. And you can have an alignable account that reaches across, it can span across the country, or internationally and stuff like that, but its main focus is for you to make local connections. So that's kind of the big difference from all of the others, because all of the others is basically so that you could have that digital footprint, and that you can reach businesses just everywhere, just kind of connect everywhere like Facebook. But this one is more so for local. So you'll see it as the presentation goes on.
If you're working in your basement and you're comfortable with a mouse in one hand and a headphone on your head and talking and shucking and jiving, and that's all you want to do, this is probably not for you. Uh, but if you give it a chance, I think this is a perfect way to really broaden your focus and broaden your world. Your perspective is about to change.
That's not to say that you can't do those things. You certainly can continue to do those things. You can continue to be a keyboard warrior. We're just giving you an opportunity here that will enhance the amount of uh, qualified people who seek you out as opposed to you searching or chasing people that are perhaps not qualified.
Here's the
Great point.
main, go ahead.
Great point.
Yeah. This is the
Keep yourself mute. All right, go ahead,
this
Go ahead, Richard. Go ahead, Richard.
this is the homepage for Alignable. It's a good resource just to check them out and see what you're doing. This is where you would join up. But listen to this. Join business networking platform trusted by over 10 million owners, business owners. That's remarkable in the sense that I have never even heard of this outfit a month ago. Dion, when you first mentioned Alignable, my ears perked up and I started listening to what you were talking about at the time. And I thought, wow, must be a startup, must be doing it. 10 million business owners already. I mean, that's not a startup necessarily anymore. And the fact that they're still free, one day that may change, but right now this is a real good bargain.
They do have paid
Why
for
use Alignable?
services, but they do have paid for services, but that goes beyond the scope of what we need it for. So
Yeah,
just
good,
that's just an FYI.
good. Why use Alignable? There are four primary categories. First of all, build visibility within your local market. And that's certainly entirely the whole point. Get referrals from other business owners. We were speaking the last few weeks as we were talking about networking and all that other stuff, and particularly about the advisory board and how those people become rainmakers, who can bring all sorts of business to you, can be counted on to just routinely, the rain's going to come. They will bring you business. This is the same sort of thing. You get referrals from other business owners. You're creating, some generators here that will be evergreen, that will continue to bring you customers if you stick to it. Discover collaboration opportunities, all sorts of events, cross promotions. I mean, this is an exciting area as well because there's so many things you can do and so many opportunities that'll be put in your lap here. Finally, join with local discussions and be seen as a thought leader in your community. And by community, either in the local sense or in the broader sense of the people that you're networking with and are associated with and connecting to.
So I just want everyone to understand this word community is very expansive and it's got multi meanings. So there's actually two communities here that we're talking about. So there's your actual local physical community, and then there is this alignable community, which is a very interesting concept to get because as we are in this digital age, you have this your regular universe, you got your multiverses, you got your this verse, your that world, you got your metaverse, right? I mean, so there's an entire world within the alignable community itself. So you literally can be in several communities all at once, and perform in each of those communities. For instance, I am here in my local North Texas community, North Dallas community, but I'm also down in the Southern Dallas community. So I travel back and forth, but on Alignable, I'm just in that community too. So there are events that goes on physically, and there's events that happens digitally. And as we get further through this presentation, you'll see what I'm talking about because there are situations where, and I believe I was on Frank with something similar on a different platform where they had all these breakout rooms and stuff like that. They hold those type of events within the alignable platform also. So that's just so when we say community, it's multi-community. So your physical and your digital.
Setting up your profile. That's where you start. You add a professional photo and business logo. I'm kind of behind the eight ball on this. My professional photo is from, I think, 1989. So, I look substantially different back then than I do now. But I guess I'm going to have to get another professional photo done. And
Mohawks are
professional
back
photo.
in, Richard. Mohawks are back. And mullets.
Oh, great. That most people on this call may not even know what we're talking about there, Dion. I'm afraid, but there you go. Uh, but a good professional photo is something everybody kind of needs to invest in. It's so easy to use people, your phone to create a photo, but and most people have picked up a little tripod or something to use with their phone so they can take a picture of themselves, a selfie or whatever. But a picture of you in your bathroom posing in front of your mirror is probably not really what we would put in the professional category. But a professional picture means essentially we call them a profile or a headshot, where it's head and shoulders, and a smile and business attire, but something that you'd be proud of to show anybody. Write a clear description of who you help and how. That's more of a proactive statement, isn't it? It's not who you are. It's not anything else you might be writing, but who you help and how you help them. Highlight services, awards, and community involvement. What are you getting involved in? What have you done? What you've been recognized for? What have you accomplished? And ask for recommendations from existing contacts. You've got plenty of people who would be happy to kind of say, "Hey, James helped me with this, and it was very, very helpful, and I appreciated his help in that regard." Whatever they're going to say, uh, go back to them and see if they'll give you a reference.
The interesting thing about Alignable too is they really promote that. So you, this looks like they're speaking more of an organic recommendation or award or something like that, but there is inorganic ones which Alignable is pretty famous for. The moment that you sign up and start connecting with people, they're going to ask you if you recommend that person, and they're going to ask that person if they recommend your business and services and stuff like that. So they're very pro recommendation because they want to make sure that you start to build credibility within the community. So you'll see it too. As soon as you sign up, they'll say, "Hey, do you recommend this person? Do you recommend that person?" And you have the option to say, "Well, I'm still getting to know them," or "Not yet." But people will start recommending you right away just after they have a single conversation with you. They'll say, "Hey, this is a great person. I recommend them," and they start giving you credibility within the alignable community, and that translates into credibility in your physical community also.
That's perfect. The words credibility, that is so important because all of the people have their own warm market and all of the people have their own market that they know, like, and trust. So if they know, like, and trust the person who's recommending you, then by default, they're going to know, like, and trust you because they trust the person that recommended you. And that's where this thing snowballs. You will get so much business that you do not have to chase people anymore. You'll get qualified people coming to you because Alma suggested or recommended this person, or that James said that person was a good guy and he does what he says he's going to do. Those people that know their warm market, those people start coming seeking you out rather than you chasing unqualified people.
This is Dion's profile. Look at that picture of that handsome guy. It's a professional picture, head and shoulders. He's got a smile on his face, and he looks totally professional, like there's somebody you can approach personally or otherwise. And if you look down here and see Dion Garrett, franchise sales, Plano, Texas, 8 people have said highly recommended, highly recommended. if you were looking for somebody to tell you something about franchising, would you not immediately pick up the phone or email and contact this guy? Of course you would. There are all sorts of information there. There's his address. You can add a phone number or a website or whatever. Uh, who is the ideal partner? Who is your ideal partner? Tell us who your ideal partners are so we can help you connect with them.
And there's also a bunch of different types of extra additional tools in here also. So this is just all surface level stuff. I'm pretty sure that there's some of you that's going to dig deep into this platform and probably learn more things about it than even, than I know or that we're putting out here today. So once you get in there, just have fun with it.
Point is, though, that when you use a platform like this, you're building a following that will pay dividends not just today in making a sale today. These dividends are going to keep coming because as you get more and more recognition, like highly recommended, as that happens, soon other people from other platforms coming into Alignable sees you. And if you're in Easy Financial and you're providing the funding for the franchises that Dion is providing, pretty soon you make a tremendous network of qualified people. I can't say it enough times. Qualified people who qualify to get whatever it is you're offering. In Easy Financials, we're offering the funding, and whatever it is that you're doing, the list of qualified people that'll come to you is just tremendous. Richard?
Alignable has certainly all sorts of tools for finding local connections. Use Alignable's My Community feature. We'll talk about that in a minute. Search by industry, city, or home words or keywords. Follow businesses that align with your audience, businesses that they will tell you about and align with them. Engage with posts to stay top of mind. I mean, all those different features. Uh, the whole tree of knowledge is available to you.
So if we go to like number two, if you could go back to that slide, Richard, and we go to like number two, search by industry, city, or keywords. So it's just like LinkedIn in this case, where you could actually like if you want to do a little bit of research on Alignable, you can search for specific business types. So say for instance you're looking for real estate investors because you want to help them diversify their portfolio. Don't just do all real estate. How about real estate and franchises, right? Diversify your portfolio. Well, you could target realtors in certain cities, or by keyword. You can target folks by, whatever industry, or also by what they put down as the services that they provide. So if you think someone will work well with you synergistically, you could put down those keywords. So it's really an intuitive type of filtering system that you can just sit down and work on the type of people that you're going to target. And then like number three, you can follow businesses that align with your audience. So just like any other social media platform, you can follow those people. So you'll see all their postings, advertisements, stuff like that. And then you can connect with them. And most people will connect with you because that's the reason why they're on the platform anyway. And once you're connected, it's time to start referring back and forth. And then you can engage in posts to stay, like we say, top of mind by actually commenting on posts, or sometimes they'll actually ask you to please comment on a post or an ad to kind of add your expertise in there. And then what happens is if their post becomes, quote unquote viral, well, your comments in there goes viral right along with it. So all of a sudden you're on the top of the boards because their advertisement or whatever they posted about something current in the industry or a current event, because sometimes people post current event stuff and how it will affect this or that industry. Well, when you start commenting on it and stuff like that, and people are responding to your comments, it becomes pretty popular on the platform, and it takes you straight to the top. And then all of a sudden, people want to connect with you because they want to hear what you have to say about a certain expertise.
So, Dion, how much does all this high price, expensive advertising cost us?
Donut. Unless you upgrade to something where, and honestly, I haven't even looked at what all the premium stuff is because
The
I
donut,
don't
the
even,
donut was good enough.
it
Cost you
suffice, right?
nothing, nothing.
Exactly.
It
Yeah,
cost you
because
nothing to do it.
I don't even use all of the services that are free, so I haven't seen a reason to pay for something yet.
Richard,
This just absolutely blows my mind. I mean, I used to live in Plano, so I know about Plano. It's a suburb on the north side of Dallas. It's all part of the one continuous spread that is Dallas and Fort Worth. But Plano is a pretty good sized town in of itself. But can you imagine this? 15,479 business owners in Plano, Texas. Uh, there are, and help me with this, Deanna, it looks like to me that there are two different groups listed in the area. The August Power Hour Alliance Networking, North Texas Alignable Alliance Network.
So
Uh,
those are the ones that I'm in. So there's
uh,
more than that.
oh,
Those are
okay.
the those are just so this is actually my you'll see my little face there under my business top right. But this is actually this is my alignable account. So these are they're popping up on my screen as events, within my groups that I'm a part of. And that's the way it'll work out for you guys too, is on your dashboard or whatever, you'll have all the events, they'll pop up, they'll let you know, hey, you have a upcoming event on August 28th. I didn't even know about that one. Okay. You have an August 28th event coming up. And then they'll say you have a September 2nd event, and then you can pre-register for it. Like you could see here, there's 119 people already registered for the September 2nd event. Now, you have to consider all 119 are more than likely not to show up, but the last one I went to for the North Texas Alignable networking event, it was about 50 to 60 people, and I am still this was about 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I am still meeting with people physically because what I do is I go to the event and I go there not really to talk for a long time to different ones. I go there to collect cards, give out cards. That your real in-depth conversations is going to happen after that. So I collect cards, stuff like that, and then I start making appointments. And we go either sit in their office, my office. We go out to lunch like yesterday. I had lunch at an Italian restaurant with a trial attorney because he wants to join my board as a legal expert. So so we had lunch, had a great time, and he actually turns out to be pretty interesting. So this is the guy. He says most of my clients are actually dead. So I said, "Wow, what a way to start a conversation." But guess what? He's a good contact to have because if something were to happen catastrophic where I'm getting sued or something like that, and we're going to go to trial, this is going to get nasty. He's the guy that I'm going to call. So whether it fits exactly with your business model, some of these contacts are really good to have. I think there's a picture there of Amy. So she runs a CPA firm. I use a lot of her CPAs, for different clients and stuff like that. I mean, it's just amazing to have all the different services, businesses at your fingertips. And they all refer to me. They all refer to me. I mean, sometimes the day that we have a meeting, I'll get two, three referrals out of someone.
Well, see, that was what I was thinking about. That picture on the left where there's a group of people, if you're physically present and you shake somebody's hand, you look them in the eye and you wish them well, and you have an elevator speech. Now we need to practice our elevator speech. That's like a 2 to 3 minute presentation of who I am, what I do, and I'd love to do that for you. If you practice your elevator speech, these people are going to remember you. They're going to remember you, and they're going to be sending you their leads. Like Dion just said, you know, you, it, when you meet people face to face, they know, like, and trust you. The barrier, the people put up a barrier to protect themselves. When they know who you are, they met you in person, that barrier comes down and they're open and receptive to what you have to say. I could say that's a BS barrier. People put up a BS barrier and they keep everything on the other side. You meet people like Dion, like yourself, you meet people, that barrier drops down, and you have the ability to be talk heart to heart with these people. They know, like, and trust you. They'll do business with you, and they'll bring all of their friends with them. Richard?
Well, here's the thing: the moment you say franchise in your elevator pitch, everyone's ears perk up because their first question is, "Well, which one? What franchise?" So you'll get plenty of questions after you do your elevator pitch. Everyone makes a mental note. I want to talk to that guy or girl. They're like, which one do you sell? So, and that's fantastic because, well, which one were you interested in? So it's great because normally I don't think I've ever been at an event ever where it was more than one franchise consultant. And I was the one, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. Well, and when you think about it, even if you had an attorney with a bunch of dead clients, that guy's probably going to know a whole bunch of high net worth individuals and also know a whole bunch of financial planners, of other attorneys, estate managers. I mean, all sorts of contacts that are going to be high quality contacts for you.
And
Absolutely.
I bet that attorney is going to know a whole lot of people who just came into an inheritance, and they want to know where to put that inheritance to make it make money for them. And Dion's got that smiling face that everybody loves.
Local events and groups. First of all, you join the alignable groups by industry or city. You post about local events, networking in workshops. Position yourself as a connector in the community. Boy, now that one sounds like a big one.
Yeah, and some people take that to the next level. I mean, I work in my little lane, I stay in my little lane because it's enough for me. I mean, I can't even keep up with all the referrals and stuff like that. I mean, there is no way you're going to sit in front of a computer all day if you're active and alignable. It's impossible. But there's some people like that lady that was in that picture, Amy. She is one of those connectors. And then there's another lady by the name of Elizabeth. She's what you would consider a connector. I mean, these people just they put on these events. They become really big events. There's another lady, she does them at this restaurant every month. And I mean, there's usually 30 or 40 people that show up, and they're all alignable people. And I mean, you just kind of have a good time. You talk. Some people sit down, they drink wine or whatever, and they chit chat. Um, I usually like right now, I'm supposed to be meeting with a lady that owns it's a transportation service, but they do those high end, whether it's a van or, those big vehicles that carry your party along. So
Party van.
whatever well, it's not a party van. They carry your party. So,
Okay.
um, the so basically, if you're like, if you have a group, say Frank, you, Richard, a group of us, James, we're all traveling in Vegas or something like that to an event. Well, her vehicle, instead of trying to do Uber, Lyft, or one of them things, you'll have a high end van that has, everything in there, and they take you to your event. So we're going to be meeting up here in the near future, because there may be a place for that where you have the same consistent service all the time. And like I said, there pretty much anything you can think of. The only one I haven't found yet at one of these events is someone that do private jets, stuff like that. I'm waiting on that.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
wait, I'm waiting for that one.
Yeah. How to network effectively. Well, you message new connections with a personal intro. Share
Elevator
local.
speech.
I'm sorry, what, Frank?
Elevator speech.
Elevator speech. Share local resources, advice, events. Join or start up local conversations and groups. Schedule coffee chats, Zoom calls to deepen relationships. Make sure you meet new connections in person after every event. That was what Deanna was talking about, following up with that stack of business cards and meeting those people, trying to connect with them personally.
That should be a part of your business model. It's not, because I know sometimes people get excited about they love to hunt and to kill, but they don't ever cook and eat. And if you don't do that, you're eventually going to die. And that's how every living creature is. You can't just be excited for the thrill of the hunt. You get the cards, you have to follow up with them. You meet people, you have to follow up with them. You don't just go to the events, enjoy the drinks, uh, go home with a pocket or a pocket full of cards, and then feel accomplished because you passed out all of your cards. You have to follow up with them after the hunt. You have to kill the thing, then you eat it. You got to cook it and eat it. It has to benefit you somehow. And even if you don't do a deal right away, you need to stay on top of mind of these people, because you got to keep in mind they're meeting with people also that you're not meeting with every day, and you want your name, your business to be on the top of their mind every conversation they have.
So the idea isn't the winner isn't the one who collects the biggest stack of business cards.
Not in this industry.
When I was a puppy mortgage uh, loan officer, when I was a puppy loan officer, my company had a business card contest. We were forced to go out and meet people and collect their business cards. Everyone in the whole company had to go out and collect business cards. You know who was exempt? Frank. Why? Because I had connections, not business cards. I was bringing in more business because of the people that I know. And you know where I was getting them? At the RIA groups. Have you ever heard Frank mention you ought to go to the RIA Association, Real Estate Association? I was exempt from the business card contest. Who gets the most business cards gets $100 bonus. I didn't need the $100 bonus because I had so many real customers. You can do the same. And this is an easy way to do it. Richard?
Dion, why don't you tell us about this? This is an intriguing screen here.
Yeah, so this is just for so last week we discussed the advisory board. I hope everyone was able to attend that meeting last week when we discussed last Wednesday when we discussed building your advisory board. Well, if not, then just reach out to Richard or Frank so that you could get the video or caught up on that. But
I can make it even easier than that. All you have to do is go to YouTube. Once you're at YouTube, type in Frank Alio, and all of the presentations will be on YouTube. And you can go to last week's YouTube and see exactly what happened.
awesome. Awesome. So even easier than having to reach out. So there you go. It's there for you. So if you're not familiar with that, go back to that video, check that one out, and then this slide will make sense. So last week, we spoke about building a local advisory board where you would gather a group of professionals together that add value to the business of selling franchises and financing those franchises. So building this advisory board, I usually start off doing it at with my local bankers because they will usually facilitate the meetings in their boardrooms. Or I get financial planners, whatever professional that has a real nice office. All right. So, or a real nice boardroom style space that we could all meet in. And then I start gathering all these professionals together, right? The CPA, accountant, attorney, banker, financial planner, commercial real estate agent, and then of course the role that we play, which is the franchise consultant slash easy financial originator, right? So this is the other piece of it. Okay, so great. I want to build this thing. All right. How do I find the people to build this thing? How do I do it? Well, right here. So this is the piece that I said you need to attend this week, which I'm happy all of you did, because this is how you do it. It's almost too easy. Nothing's too easy, right? But it's almost too easy because they're all right within your alignable community. All you have to do is meet with them. And the moment that they hear that you're building your advisory board, everyone pretty much wants to be on it because they know that they'll at least get to be in front of leads or potential clients. So, but the thing is that it gets to a point where you have to choose your board members because everyone wants to be on it. So I usually choose those people by punctuality, people that seems hungry for business. They're not too saturated with business where they don't have time. They won't have time for your clients. And then you also want people that you can see that they are going to refer business. They're going to be active participants. And here's the thing, when you're building your board, you don't have to say, okay, I have this one CPA. You could have several CPAs, two or three, because the redundancy is actually pretty good because sometimes one can't make it or something happens and you don't want your board to fall apart because one professional never shows up. So having a little bit of redundancy is okay. And like I said, you build it within your alignable community. You build it right here on your dashboard. You start looking through it. You could search through it, stuff like that. Find the type of professional that you're looking for, and then see if they're going to the meetings that you're going to. If not, then you can search them out by group. You just put in CPAs in the whatever area, this area, that area, whatever area you're actively participating in, and all of them will pop up, and you just start making appointments with them, see who you like, and start building your advisory board.
Looks like Zach and Kevin are pretty much go-getters, isn't it?
Yeah, there. I'm telling you, there's some people that really they get everything out of this platform. You know, I just skim the surface because I get enough business out of it.
Wow.
Leveraging
Well,
referrals.
would you go back, Richard? Would you go back to that screen one more time and point out why you said what you said? I just caught it.
Look at this. Look at this number right here. Well, crap. Excuse me. 327 connections for Zach. Network recommends. Uh, and for Kevin, 306 connections. You know
Point to
well
it.
somebody
Point
that
to it. Point to it with your mouse. Hey,
well, I
right
am,
there.
but
Look at that. Wow. Wow. Compared to everyone else, that's why he said Zach and Kevin are go-getters. Wow. I want Zach and I want Kevin on my advisory board. And you know what? I utterly love CPAs because you know why? They know who's got the money and who needs to spend it. That's why I love them. Okay, go on, Richard. Sorry.
leveraging referrals. Ask satisfied customers for recommendations on Alignable. And that obviously is what Alignable is set up for to aid you in doing that. Give referrals generously to build goodwill. As Dion was saying, just the making a comment uh, and offering a referral comment for anybody you meet and had a good experience with. Track leads and build new business that comes from the platform.
So the platform has all types of little tools in there. You can track and do all sorts of things in there. I mean, it's got all these little algorithmic things in there, tells you how you're doing. I mean, there's just all these features that you would think, wow, this should not be free. You know? Um, and it's not one of those things where it's free for like 3 months, 6 months, or whatever. I've been on Alignable since before COVID. So, and I know that may seem like, oh, well, that's just a few years ago. No, COVID was a while ago. It just feels like it was a couple of years ago. It was quite some time ago. So I've been on Alignable since I think even well before that, maybe 2015 or so. And, it's always been free.
Why don't you explain this one, Dion? I'm not sure. Awarded 5 local connection credits.
Yeah, so where they do get you to pay is when you become so big, so much is going on that you're like, "Oh wow, I need to get all these leads coming to me. I need to connect with more people." Then they're like, "Okay, your freebies, you only get a certain amount of freebies, such as you could only connect uh, well, let me put it to you this way. If any of you are familiar with LinkedIn, you know that LinkedIn is free until you start using their sales services, which comes through Sales Navigator. Okay. Then you have to pay a subscription. And what that does is it allows you to connect with more people than they give you the freebies for. So in this case, the reason why they gave me awarded 5 local connection credits is because they give you a certain amount of credits for you to solicit, basically for you to just randomly go out there and connect with people. Now, if you're at an event, all of those you could connect with every person that goes to that event. Every person that registers to an event, like if there's 100 people that registered to an event, you could connect with all those people because you're at the same event. So those are all free connections. You just connect, you know. However, if you just see someone and you just want to randomly connect with them, you get a limited amount. So I was just being awarded here, like they was giving me additional free connections that I could connect with people that have no idea who I am. We're not in the same group. I'm just randomly soliciting people. They gave me credits to do that. And they do that whenever you're kind of active within groups and stuff like that. And people are recommending you and different things is happening. They just start giving you free credits to do different things.
And there are two notifications here, one from Boris and another one from whydignity.com.
Yeah, these are discussions. So here's the thing, the people that you're connected to, whenever they're posting things, it just pops up on your screen, so that you can have the opportunity to comment, or you may be interested in what they're talking about. So these are just more opportunities for you to be active within the platform.
Okay. Tell us about Nadia. Nadia taught us.
Nadia, yeah. So this is an example of what I was talking about. You comment on something. If someone is like soaring to the top and doing really well at something, and they put something out there or whatever, and you comment on it, if they're at the top, they take you to the top with them. So this was I screenshot this one because this is an example of that. She was just awarded something big. She's just become some sort of ambassador within Alignable and stuff like that. And I just commented on something, and man, it took me straight to the top. All of a sudden I was getting all these phone calls and emails and stuff like that, because all of a sudden I'm being seen by a lot of people because her announcement shot to the top. So it's just kind of like piggybacking on someone's, on whatever it is that they're doing. So you don't have to always be the one to come up with all these, you're posting every day and this and that. Sometimes you just comment and it's almost your post, just like Twitter and all that stuff, or what they call it now, X, formerly known as Twitter.
You received 82 clicks on your profile and post over the last 4 weeks. See who they are so you can make the most of your network.
And this is because of that event so everything that you're seeing here today is all recent. There's no reason for me to reach back a year or this or that. What I'm trying to portray here is that this is actively ongoing. I could reach back 3 days and you'll see a ton of stuff going on because it's that active. And see that ECS transportation right in the center of the screen? That's who I need to meet with. She's reached out to me already saying, hey, let's meet up for lunch. So, what I'm trying to say is that it's not something where you're going to take months and months and months trying to build momentum. Once you're in, you're in, and it gets to be very active. So if you're, concerned about not being able to have connections and contacts and stuff like that, I'm telling you, once you get in and you join these little groups, it metastasizes right before your eyes.
That's amazing that you got 82 clicks on your profile. I mean, that tells you, it really is active. It's generating.
Absolutely.
It also um, um, gives you a meaning to why chase broke people when you can have qualified people chasing you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is another example of, because you're connected, you start connecting out, all the tentacles are out there and you're connected to all these people. Any little change they make, it pops up. Everything. So even when you make a change, or say you make a comment somewhere, or say hey, like for instance, sometimes I know Easy Financial will come up with a new product, like 125% CLTV or something like that. Buy, fix, and flip, whatever new thing that you're headlining with, like some new promotion or whatever, you put that in your profile or you add it as something, you want to promote whatever it is, it will go out to all your connections automatically. You don't have to send it to them. It will go out to all of them. And if they comment on it and they're pretty popular, it's going to go out to all their people. So it just spreads throughout the network.
Good place for us to announce funded deals.
Yep, exactly.
Best practices: be consistent, post updates weekly, provide value before asking for referrals, keep messaging professional but approachable, follow up outside of Alignable, email, coffee, partnerships. Choose wisely who you want to invite to your advisory board.
I think each thing that Richard just mentioned there is so self-explanatory, and these are very thoughtful commentations here. These are very thoughtful messages here, because of course you have to be consistent. You have to be active. If you want your business to thrive, you must post updates and stuff like that, or else you start to fade into the background. Even though I find it kind of hard on Alignable, because every little thing that happens, it goes out to everybody. And don't just go around asking for referrals. If you're doing your job right, if you're doing everything right, they just come to you. People will refer just because of the nature of what you're doing. They will refer folks. So don't just go around, begging for referrals, because you want to show that you're valuable, your service products are valuable before you go asking for referrals. They'll come. Trust me, they will come. And then just keep your messaging professional. Just keep it all professional. Don't get off into politics and all that stuff, because what I always tell people is that you think you're on one side or the other, but you know, the politicians are on one side, you're on the other side. They're the politicians, you're the ones that get the results of their whatever they rule. So do not ruin your profile by posting everything that's going on in politics, because it's just like the weather. You wait a little bit, they will change whatever position they're in. They're politicians. That's what they do, right? So don't let that be what you use the platform for. Keep it professional and make sure you're approachable. And then follow up outside of Alignable. Go meet with these people, email them, call them, go meet with them face to face. Don't let it be like just another social media platform. The option here, the opportunity here is that you can physically meet these people, and then choose wisely who you want to bring to the board, who you want to be partnered with, because it's a marriage. Once you're in bed with them, it's kind of too late, to start asking questions after you're in bed with them. Make sure they're going to be a good fit. Go out, meet with them a few times before you invite them into your personal space, because they're going to be handling your clients. So just make sure you vet them well. You don't want to bring in someone that's going to be trying to sell them shampoo on the side. You want to make sure that if they're a CPA, they're a CPA. If they're an attorney, they're an attorney. You don't want them trying to sell them to buy some, purple bonds and all that stuff. You know, invest $1 million so that you could get a bank guarantee that you can use. That you don't want those type of people in your group, in your advisory board, because it reflects on you.
This was an interesting area. This is meet one-on-one through Smart Connect. Is Smart Connect part of the program? Is that internal to the program?
Yes. So Smart Connect events are basically where, if you happen to be in groups or something like that in other states or whatever, you could do it through Smart Connect. And that's where they have like the breakout rooms and stuff like that. So, I participated in a few of those. I don't find them that valuable. I have made some good connections through Smart Connect. But like I said, I am more focused on the local stuff. So Smart Connect actually allows you to, they do those breakout rooms where you all meet in one room, everyone's there, there's 50 of you there, and then you do like six of you rant for like 2 minutes, six of you are here, six of you are there, and you talk about your business.
Yeah.
So this was just another this is within my dashboard. This is someone else that, this is how it looks. I just wanted you to see how similar the platform looks to something like LinkedIn. I mean, it looks almost identical, where you have your contacts to the left, you're speaking to them in the middle, and then it has their profile to the right. Then you have your toolbar right above there. Very similar feel. I just wanted to give everyone an idea as to what it looked like, And you see that guy all the way bottom left, Frank Gunther down there? That is the trial attorney, the one that I met yesterday. So this is all real time, real people. It wasn't just put together for a presentation.
Conclusion. Alignable is your digital Main Street. Show up consistently, build trust through referrals, turn online connections into real local partnerships. And these connections will automatically give you referrals. Get ready to get busy.
Yep, there you go. And like I said, everything was thought out pretty well here. I really appreciate Richard. He really puts a lot of time into presentations and stuff like that. He's like great. He doesn't get enough recognition, I would think, or I would say, because he really does put a lot into this stuff. Like I said, all of that's very well thought out, you know. It really is a digital Main Street, but then you could also you're also physically, it's the hybrid of all these mediums that we use, right? It's not just in the digital verse. You actually get to meet these people, which is great. I would not trade that in. But show up consistently, be there. I gotta admit, I don't go to all these events because, like I said, half of the time, like I missed the very last event that within my groups. I'm only in two groups here in Dallas. Only two. There's tons of them here in Dallas. I'm only in two of them because there is so many events, and then at each event there's so many people. There's only but so much you can work with at a time. So I don't go to every event, but stay consistent. And then build trust through referrals. Just you refer, let them refer. And then with the board, you're working together on the same referrals anyway. And then just turn these online connections into real local partnerships. Don't just let it be over the phone and digital and all that stuff. Really meet these people, shake their hands, sit down, spend 30 minutes to an hour with them, having coffee or whatever your preferred beverage is, because it makes a difference when you really actually know someone in person. And then these connections, like I said previously, they automatically turn into referrals. You don't have to ask most of the time. They will automatically say, "Hey, look, I have like three people that I want to introduce you to because they're looking, and we've been talking about it, blah, 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 pretty simple stuff. And like it says at the bottom in conclusion, get ready to get busy because you really will be busy. This is not a lazy business. It's really not a lazy business. If you want to be busy, this will get you busy and not the type of busy where you're just running around, showing homes. This is busy where you're talking to referrals, and at the end of it, you want a closing, where you're making real money. We don't want another hobby, you know. This will get you, this alignable platform will get you really busy really fast.
Well, I always respect everybody's time, and we've run 9 minutes over. I gotta say, everyone did a fantastic job. Richard did a fantastic job. Dion, you're absolutely great. Now, there are some people that have their hands up. If you if you got to go, we understand. We're going to continue to record. And do you have time to answer some more questions, Dion?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Okay. So if you have any questions, just raise your hand and we'll recognize you. And then you can go ahead and direct your question to whoever you need to. So, Casey, your hand is up. How can we help you, dear? Unmute yourself first, Casey, and then you can speak.
I was looking for the unmute. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Yes, this was very informative, and I appreciate the time you all are spending to give us this information, share this information with us. I would like to know, Dion, how often, or not how often, but how much time do you spend an average on Alignable?
I would say about 30 minutes. 30 minutes a week. 30 minutes a week.
Okay.
What does that mean? So usually after I'm done with whatever Sunday morning activities that I have, usually that's kind of like a dead time, so that's when I get on Alignable and I do all my commentary and I do all my um housekeeping, so to speak, to make sure if there's someone, their connection that's trying to connect with me that I did not respond to, I'll respond to it, stuff like that. And then I will, usually people are trying to make an appointment with me. I'll either send them to my calendar or I start conversating with them right there on Alignable because you could go back and forth. And you could basically, instant message people. So we'll message, set something up on the calendar. I usually try to do three or four meetings, like physical meetings for the week. And that's about it. After that, I'm done with Alignable until, unless something pops up on my screen during a normal business day. But I spend about 30 minutes, I don't spend a whole lot of time on there.
Any other questions? Raise your hand if you have any questions. Dion is generous with his time. All right. Well, in the absence of any questions, I just want to again thank you, Dion. You did a great job. Richard had to lead. He had a doctor's appointment that he had to rush to. So um, I'm going to say to everyone, thank you for your
So
kind
sorry.
attendance.
I'm so
Yes,
sorry,
I have a
Frank.
question too.
I was trying to find my mute again. I just wanted to say thank you for answering that question. And the other question I had, the reason I was asking about the timing was because of the people who might be working, like me, for instance, working full time. And so that was great, the response that you shared, because it always feels so overwhelming about trying to carve in that extra time to do things outside of, your likely exhausting workday. So
Mhm.
thank you for that. And then the other question I had was, how long have you been in the franchise sales business? And I'm done. Thank you.
Sure. So I really got serious about it around what was that? Around 2019 or so. That's when I got real serious about it. But I've been a business broker since 2010. But I started focusing on franchises around 2019 because what was happening is all the people that I was helping finance their business or helping them to purchase a business, um, I was finding that there was like a lot of failures, especially after about 2 years, a lot of failures. Um, but and it's because of a lack of support or them not knowing the industry well enough. And some knew their industry; they've been doing it their whole lives, like a carpenter, deciding to open his own business up. But it was just a lack of support. And I found that with franchising, even though you're in business for yourself, you're not by yourself. You don't have to create some operations manual or you don't have to brand because it's already done for you. You literally just move into the system and start working it. So that's why I started focusing on franchises, instead of just business in general.
Are you serious?
Very serious.
Thank
Right.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, my question, Dion, can you hear me?
Yes, I
And we
can.
hear you.
Yeah, my question is, so with the Alignable, so they do have a paid subscription. How much is that? And obviously, there got to be some advantages they're giving you. That obviously some advantages they're giving you that's above the beyond the free membership.
Right. I'm pretty sure there are too. So I've never paid for it, so I have no idea what it is. Um, and it's usually to become like a premium member or something like that. I've never had a use for it, so I've never even looked up what the price is. I've never even looked up what additional they give you because usually um, I have credits that roll over and over and over and over again because I actually show up to the events. So most of my connections, or all of them, are free. So I don't have to ever use my credits. And then also, I believe you can do like actual ads, instead of creating posts, you can do actual ads just like you could do on Facebook. So there's an entire marketplace on there that I've never used because I've never really had a use for it. But I'm pretty sure each individual will figure out whether they need those services or not.
Thank
Well,
you.
Dion, you're only in two meetings and you can't handle everything that you got. Uh, I don't know why
Not
you'd
enough
want
time in a day.
to. Alma's got her hand up. Go ahead, Alma.
Hi, Dion. Thank you so much to you, Frank, and Richard, and Jim. I really appreciate it because I'm learning a lot. But what I wanted to ask you is, how did you hear of this program? Because you said it was pre-COVID, so I'm really curious because I've never heard of it, and I'm just
Are
so
you talking about Alignable itself?
yes, yes.
Oh, you know something? Honestly, I think I've been on Alignable since like 20, whenever it started, 2013, 14, 15. And it was one of those things where um it just came across my screen, and I just clicked on it. It just said something about local networking, and I was like, oh, let me create a profile or whatever. And it just kept on growing. Now, at the beginning, I did not use it usefully. Like I didn't use it the way I'm explaining it to you guys. The way I used it originally was just like LinkedIn, just kind of connect with people. I did not realize the power of it, for actual local connections, real connections,
Yeah.
until like maybe 5, 6 years later.
Okay. Also, I sent you a private message. So if you take a look before you log off, that would be great.
Oh, okay. Not a problem.
Thank you, everyone, for attending too. It shows we're growing and everyone is becoming more and more interested in these trainings and learning more because I think we're a startup that used to exist and it's just going to take off full. I can see it now. I'm like saying, enjoy your private time now because you're not going to have it in a couple of months. So thank you.
That was great. Okay. All right. Roberto, did you have a question? Just unmute yourself and shout out your question. No? Okay. Well, it is now 18 minutes past the hour, and I don't like to go 2 minutes past the hour. So anyway, thank you, everyone, for attending. I hope you really get a whole lot out of this. If you want to go back and see any of the previous recordings, simply go to youtube.com. When you get to youtube.com, there's a search bar. Stick in the search bar Frank Alio, and 118 or more videos will come up. Just chronologically go from today backwards, and you'll catch all of the videos that we've been doing. And if you can't find it that way, just send me an email, and I will send you a link to the replays. We have replays on every single presentation that we do. We have a replay, and oh yes, please, by all means, look for the Fox Head and sign up so that you can get on the automatic email list. And also, when you get the replays, be generous. Forward them to your people. Let your people see the replays. They may not have time to get on this 10 o'clock call, but if they can take a look at the replays afterwards, guess what? They're all going to want to do it as well. So build your teams, build your advisory boards, build a momentum. This is a freight train, and the freight train has already left the station. You're on board. Get as many people on board as you can. Dion, thank you so much for your time. And posthumously, Richard, thank you for all the work that you did as well. With that, everyone, God bless and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, Frank and everyone.